Hi there, welcome to the Gardens and Graveyard channel. My name is Charisma and today we're meeting in the garden and we just have a quick little project to do. I have several containers that I have plants in from this season and just a few left that need to be addressed, and it's not like a huge deal, but it is something that I've been looking forward to because it has been raining and I know that these plants are going to look really bad really soon. They're just going to be brown slime any day now, and I'd rather deal with them while they feel like actual plants than when they feel like mushrooms that have gone past their due date. So I just have a few containers here in the backyard that I want to empty or cut down the perennials and call it a season, right? Just get things kind of cleaned up and ready for winter. Here on the Oregon coast in a zone 9A, we don't get true winters. We stay on an average temperature around 40 degrees all winter long, day and night. Sometimes our nights drop down to like 38 or something, but it's not. And sometimes our days pop up into like 48. But it's not a big swing, and we don't usually get snow. Sometimes we'll get an ice storm late January, but that's about it. Mostly a lot of rain, a whole lot of rain and a lot of wind, and things just look really tired. So I like to kind of create winter in my landscape, where I could be planting things that are like evergreen that'll stand up to this kind of climate. I also really love the idea of the emptiness, a cycle of emptiness, because it gives me excitement and joy to like get into the spring months and like get excited about new things that are going to be blooming and happening. Well, I do enjoy a nice winter plant. I also really appreciate creating a winter in our lives. So let me turn the camera around, kind of walk around the backyard and show you what my plan is, and then we'll just fill up a couple of bins of plant material and say goodnight to all of the containers. So the first containers that we have here are the cannas, and they are looking sort of okay, I think, because I want those bulbs to get as much photosynthesis as I can. I'm just going to cut down the bloom stalks and any other like brown leaves that we have in here. And then that's going to be it for that thing. And then over here we have the honeysuckle, which has nearly defoliated completely. I'm just going to cut it all the way down and it'll come back in the spring. And then over on this side, this is Spencer's garden, so I'm just gonna let him take care of it as he sees fit. The pink bacopa has started to fizzle out, but I'll let him decide on when he's ready to remove that. This container's been emptied. We do need to remove the Escallonia out of these containers, but I'm going to wait for Spencer to help me with that because I genuinely believe they're going to be absolute beasts. And then over in the butterfly garden, we're essentially just going to ignore that for the time being, and I'm going to do a whole separate video and project cleaning up the butterfly garden and talking to you all about what we're going to be doing there differently next year. So let's see. I mean, there's not a whole lot, right? So basically, these three containers I'm going to take care of. This has a rhubarb in it. I really just want to move the container out of this walkway and place the rhubarb in proximity of where I want it to live permanently. I emptied those containers out. Those had dahlias in it, so you'll see that in a video here very shortly when I dig up all my dahlias. Then walking down here, we do have two small raised bed containers back here, and you can see that the chocolate flower is done and I just need to pull it out. And then we have the cup and saucer vine that was planted in here with a squash, and it grew up over this arbor. It is done for the season, and I just need to pull it all out of here. It's also up in my maple tree. Ah, look at this crazy thing. So we're gonna pull that out and get it out of this container. And then I want to clean up all the pincushion flowers out of these containers here, and just clean it up because it just looks super messy. And then I'm gonna pull the whatever that was in there, I can't remember. I'll pop the name up on the screen when I put it in there. And then there's like a random gladiola or something. I don't even know what that is. Maybe it's a crocosmia. Anyways, we're gonna empty that container. I did cut back my violas. These are the violas that I grew from seed this winter, and you can see that even after I cut it back, I've got all this like fresh growth. So I might come in here and clean it up even a little bit better so it just looks a little cleaner. I don't know. I'm just gonna see if they come back again. Look at this. It's gonna bloom. I cut it back like 4 days ago and it's thanking me already. So, okay. Anyways, I might not do anything with that. This honeysuckle vine is still looking pretty good. I think I'm gonna just leave it alone until it tells me she's done. And then I'll cut it back. I think that's kind of all that I'm gonna be doing today. I might pop up front to see if there's any containers up there. I know I have like a little stack of empty containers that need to come back here into the shed. But I think we've gotten all of our containers cleared out that need to be cleared out. And then we have a few left that have like fall decor in them that I'll leave up through the month of November. And then we'll be clearing that out as well. So quick and easy, just a little fall cleanup. It's really nice to do projects like this in like little micro bites, so it's not quite so overwhelming, and you could just get little things done, and it makes a big difference, and it eventually accumulates to, you know, it all getting done. Still. Look how pretty this flower was. These were on the cup and saucer vines. So I found a handful of gladiola bulbs in those containers, so I'll put those in storage. All right, I'm gonna empty that container there. Okay, so we're done with this project. I'm losing light. I've been out here all day. It's been amazing. I rarely get to be in the garden for the entire day. And I've been out here for, I don't know, maybe like 6 hours today, which has been really, really fun. I've done a few different projects, and so you'll see me wearing this, looking like this, and a few videos coming out. We took some cuttings, we cleaned up the front yard, we cleaned up the backyard, we've cut down this honeysuckle, which was a whole project in and of itself. I wasn't really anticipating it to be all of that when I started this video, because I thought, oh, I'm just gonna cut back my honeysuckle, but then I remembered that I've been waiting all season for it to be time to be cutting it back, because I want to use them to make wreaths. So I will be sharing the whole process of making wreaths with vine in a video here coming soon, so keep your eye open for that. Make sure that you are subscribed so you get notified every time I post a new video, and we will make some wreaths together. But I still had to cut it back, so this is still part of my project. So it's kind of like a two-part thing. Yeah, so, but the backyard is looking more and more ready for winter. I'm so excited. So to begin with, I'm making wreaths out of the vines. So you could see how we have created a bunch of wreaths in there, which is really cool because I don't grow grapes. And, you know, you'll see a vine wreath that looks something like this in stores, and they're made out of grapevines, but clearly I can do it with my honeysuckle, so I'm excited about that. And then as far as the honeysuckle goes, because I was running out of time, I didn't do a fantastic job at this. You can see how old it is, how it's twisted around itself, and you know, it is pretty old. It's been in this container since we moved here, and it was quite the monster that was like completely covering the door and like going in every direction. And I've tried to move it before, and it's rooted in through the bottom of the container. So I feel like it needs to be put in the ground, or I need to like somehow remove a bunch of that soil, like give it fresh soil. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I do know that it's struggled this year, and it's old. I don't know, but it has to be cut back anyways. So that's what I did. I still need to clean up that space. No time today. Over here in this container, I cut down 2 stalks, and then I started looking at them closer, and these ones are gonna bloom again. This one only bloomed a little bit on the bottom, but there's another bloom coming up right here, and these are all full of blooms. Those are full of blooms, or you know, like fresh. This is new. This is brand new. It hasn't even like done its thing yet. And then I did cut that one down. So I cut down 3, and I took off some dead foliage. So it's a start. Didn't do anything over here. I moved this container that has the rhubarb in it just over here. It didn't get very far. I just wanted it out of the pathway. I need to decide what I'm going to do with the rhubarb, where it's going to live. But obviously this is coming in with me after we're done here. So let's keep moving it closer to the door. All right. Down the walkway here, I'm waiting for the plant or all the trees to finish dropping. I have raked this walkway twice now, and I'll continue to do that with the maple tree, because you could see how many leaves are still on that tree. So I don't want it to be a slimy mess, but I didn't do that today. All right. Back here, I emptied these 2 containers. I found some random gladiolas, which was kind of fun because I love those gladiolas. They're this beautiful deep red. And we'll add those into another mixed container next year. All right, I emptied this container, cut back the cup and saucer vine. I don't know, it put out a new stalk, and it was all green stalk, whereas the rest of the vine was purple from the cold. And I know last year I left it up to see if it would keep growing off of the old stalk, and it didn't. So rather than leaving it up, I just cut it back at the soil line, and we'll see if it winters over and comes back. I will mulch all the containers that are staying in the garden with plants in them will get mulched. These is my collection of pincushion flowers and the morning geranium. That I kind of want to move somewhere else. I just don't know where yet. And I, just cut back the pincushion flowers. Look, I have cyclamen blooming. Fun. And then I emptied that container, and I didn't mess with anything else, actually. I ended up leaving that up because it still looks good, but that means if my wreath craft is successful, I have plenty more vine that I can harvest. And that is really it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were inspired to just get in your garden for just a few minutes, just to do a few little things like deadhead and clean out a container or 2. Just get ready for the next season. Even if you are not experiencing winter and you're just moving into the next season, it is equinox in one direction or another all over the world. So we're getting ready. We're either getting ready for spring, summer, we're getting ready for fall, winter. So yeah, anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're celebrating your life, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.